Hello everybody, it's Tuesday and I am here to show you some really fun stuff tonight. I am so proud of myself for being here and for keeping the knowledge flow going of all things magical. My name is Jennifer Juniper and I'm here for your call to adventure, and tonight that includes a very cool little thing of mine. Love the ASMR as it is. It occurred to me that this little baby, which is my witch box, nice little vintage number, she needs to be cleaned up because it's almost September and it's the new moon in Virgo, so good time to get all things in order. So I'm going to clean this box and I'm going to show you some of the things that are in it. It's going to be kind of fun. So let's explore a little witchiness with me. Ta-da. La, da, 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 da. So I've got quite a bit of things in here. I will edit that in a minute. But I just want to talk a little bit about this box. Like, why am I using this box? What's in it, Jen? How is it different from all the things in your apothecary? Well, these are sort of my tried and true little trinkets and talismans, if you will. And all of a few little witchy accoutrements that I use for various spells and rituals and things of that sort. I also have a variety of other things that I keep together. And it's been a while since I put it all together in one place, and I definitely want it there before the veil gets super thin. So let's get at it. First of all, every single box, whether you open it or close it, needs to be cleansed, right? Little cleansing, especially when we're thinking of setting intentions and keeping all of our intentions pure, right? So first I Palo Santo you, and then I Palo Santo whatever's in the box. Now I've definitely opened this here and there for a while, but it's become a bit of a mess because I've moved it back and forth to the sanctuary, and I need it because I'm going to be doing some of my own abundance spell later this week, and that actually has to do with this right here, this bamboo. This is my friend Sensei. I call him Sensei, and we are going to do a bamboo jade abundance spell later in the week. But for now, let's check out my witch box. I'm going to concentrate on about maybe 2 to 4 things that I love that are in this box that are not your normal uses. Everything in here is either for astral travel, for grounding and purification, for boundary creating, and for protection. And they're not your usual bunch. So let's get started. I think I'm going to start with, because there's lots of things I actually have to put back in here because they haven't been here in a while. But I think I want to start with, where are you? I know what I wanted to do. Can't find you though. Oh yes, oh yes. So something a little kitchen witch would have in here is a mixture, actually, of eggshells and red clay that I got in Massachusetts. Now, when you collect eggshells, they call it, actually, it's been known to be called as like sarsaparilla. And it's, you could take it, you could basically use your mortar and pestle and make it into a nice fine powder. And then with that powder, you could sprinkle it across your threshold. You can write sigils or create sigils with this. It has such an excellent, it's literally like bone. Who are we kidding? We are going to talk about bones, right? But it's protective. Just like an eggshell protects an egg in itself, it protects you. Now, I've mixed it with clay because this is like a spiritual cleansing tool for me, spiritual protection. And this was from an incredible beach that I went to. I'll talk to you more about that actually when we get into bones. And I just felt intuitively that this combination had to happen. So that's eggshells for you. And any type of fine powder, sand, what have you, feel free to keep that. I know a lot of people do that in a kitschy way on their shelves, but they don't even know they're being protected by their journeys. Let's just put it that way. Okay, I'm gonna move on to, ta-da. I have so many things I wanna make sure this is correct. I really mix things up a little bit, so if you have any questions, please figure out below. Like I said, I'm Jennifer Juniper, and I'm here for your call to adventure. And we can be found at majestichudson.com, where I can assist you in anything that you would like. So in this little box, I have cotton. And within the cotton, I also have rose petals and a few little tiny, tiny seed, kind of pine cone-like things. Now, let's talk about cotton. So cotton is so beautiful in general, right? Our clothes are in cotton. You should wear cotton as much as you can. Try to stay away from like rayons and all those other things. We should be wearing cottons and silks, and all that stuff has its own energy for protection as we use it to weave into textiles and what have you. But cotton in itself absorbs negative energy, which is a really nice thing to know about. I often even visualize sometimes when I'm meditating that I have a handful of cotton. And to me, that just feels like everything that's coming in is being absorbed, and then all the white light comes right back into my palms. You often use cotton rags when I'm cleaning. It's so protective that you can use it in so many different ways. But with this, what I tend to use is maybe I'll put it in a little spell job or perhaps a blend, an essence blend, and so that it absorbs the essence. And then I could take that and I could put it in like one of my little crystal bags or something like that. So it has that extra protection from whatever I blended onto the natural cotton. So that's my cotton. So my cotton, my eggshells. Now, going forward, I'm going to show you guys all these again later. I have a few of my bottles of moon water with quartz in it, of course. Often I date it when it's from, I think this one was from a full moon in Sag, and I'm a Cancer double Sag, so that makes a lot of sense. So I have two of them that I've kept. And I use these for just sort of run-of-the-mill, need a little extra zest in my plant, zest in my potion, you name it. I don't drink from these, but I use them for their potent lunar energy. And I always have these in my witch box. And I like to keep the little ones because it makes me feel like I live in the 1800s. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Okay, oh yes. This is just filled with black tourmaline. I actually call them gravy. So anytime we get the crystals in, there's all this extra dust. So I will take them and I will actually put them, let's see if I have any others. I don't have it with me right now. But I will take them and I'll actually put them in these little, ooh, any kind of herb. It's good to keep exactly what you want in your kit. I break it down to small kits. A lot of people have all the different spells. Of course, herbs and crystals and all that stuff in their witchy box. But I do keep a separate grimoire, which is a book of spells, so I know where to get things. And I also am blessed with having a full apothecary here. Maybe you want to start your own green witchy apothecary. So that's something I can help you with as well. I have, in addition, let's see what else I have here before I go into the next thing. You know, various crystals that I might have picked up from somewhere. Definitely a ton of mini clear quartz crystal because that often gets put into a spell. Oh, this is one of my, this was from, can't even remember. This is this was a essence blend that I made and I put on different, Sometimes a little drop of this is used in some magic, and I keep that in here. Often I'll put the recipe around it but I'm not going to tell you what that one is because maybe you don't need to know. Haha. Okay, now this is a good extra bottles. Obviously, I keep throwing stuff around the room. Extra bottles, old bottles. Sometimes I repurpose them. Sometimes I bury them. And sometimes it's just a nice little rattle. So this box right now is filled with kind of a lot of junk right now, and I need to clean it out. I've got some wax seals for some other potions. So lots of cool stuff in here. So I'm gonna clean this out, kind of messy, and then everything's gonna go back in, plus I'm gonna add a few extra things. So let me put this aside for a minute and tell you about some things that I would love to put in here. So I think a lot of us as witches, we tend to collect so many natural objects, and not just witches, shamanism, just a basic naturalist, you're a witch of your own right. You want to have all of these beautiful things in your life, not just sort of beautification or even craftiness or even the energy, but sometimes it's actually they help in deep spiritual ways. So the next thing I want to talk about obviously is feathers. I tend to keep quite a bit of like feathers when I find little baby feathers all the time. Let me see, like this was in my box, and I will put this off and wrap it nicely. This is a guinea fowl feather. It's so cute, it's like a Dalmatian. And I like keeping the baby ones. I might wrap that in something. I might put that in a bottle like by itself. Like I think for now, I'll just put it in with the quartz. Makes a really great decor at the end of the day as well, but stays nice and protected in there. I have another one here as well. And these are all, I found them myself. So I just feel like feathers are often just gifted to you. They come with the wind. They symbolize air and protection and flight and fertility and so many wonderful things. I mean, feathers, they've been used for so many things. Spirit communication, right? You maybe want to have something in particular to tap into something that maybe feels exuberant in your life. You want to go on a big, long journey. Feathers can be a symbol of that. Feathers could be a symbol of beauty and abundance. Like, for example, this peacock feather, right? Ooh, that looks so pretty. And feathers also have a way of elemental balance. So even though, like, for example, look at this. Woo. A little sweep of a feather. Who are we kidding? Feathers are often used as a smudging tool, as a smoke cleansing tool. This one was made by a local artist. It's just one of my favorites. She's got so many baby feathers and larger feathers. I hope to get these back in the shop. And you often would use them to smudge. I might do a tutorial on that as well, but this is my tool for that. I'll put it in my witch box, nice, safe, and sound. This is my baby turkey feather. And feathers could be used as divination tools. They could be used, like I said, for a journey. You want to tap into a journey. You could sweep a feather across you, much like if you charged it or blessed it, let's just say, and these all have been, much like you would a selenite wand, right? Just sweep the negativity away. You can honor them. You could create sigils with them. Who are we kidding? Harry Potter or old-fashioned pens. Use it as a pen to write your sigils, or just write them in the sand or write them invisibly, however you like. So these are great tools to have in your witch box. Also, feathers, you can, like, think about a dream catcher. Put them under your pillow, and it will help you with either nice, quiet, easy dreams, or maybe you want to go on a little journey. Depending on the feather itself, you could place it under your pillow and try to take a little dreamscape journey for yourself. Maybe you'll get some insight about something you might be looking for in your living realm here. Let me think. And obviously every feather basically has a different meaning, like depending who the carrier bird is, right? The host bird. So always be respectful when you find your feathers. Try to find them. Clearly don't take them from sources that are inconsiderate or harmful. And always give it back to the earth when you need to. That's another wonderful ritual. Want to let something go? Let the feather go back with the wind. Let the cotton go back with the wind. Just a few little tidbits in my witch box. So I also have, in my other little box, I have all my crystals, some of my really beautiful crystals that I absolutely keep with me all the time. I have a double terminus, a story on this twin another time. It's got tourmaline in it. It was actually a double terminated once. As I said, that's another story for another day. But there was a reason why this broke, and it's served me well. I have my Vogel, or one of them anyway. Love her. I use her in Reiki work a lot. And I have my manifester crystal. Crystal within a crystal. And these are my tools of insight and exploration and positive healing and effects. I will put that in the witch box later. Now, one thing I wanted to go over that people never really think about so much is, well, they do, but it doesn't come up so much, so I wanted to make sure I brought it up, is bones. Yep, bones. I've got a few. I'm not going to show you all of them, but for example, I have a deer antler at home. That's amazing. I always clean them very considerately, and they have so much symbolism. I like to use, bones can be used for ancestral connection, obviously, spirit, animal connection. You can use them with transformation work. It's sort of the way of thinking about how we live through the cycles of life and death. And we still have relics of that. I mean, who are we kidding? If you go back to like ancient Egypt and all that, this is it. So I do have a couple of bones. I'm not going to show you them all, but I have this one right here that I got on a hike and I cleaned, and it was a really nice hike. And I'm not going to tell you the details, but I do keep that. We have another bone that we've made into a talisman. It's been cleaned. We put chariot crystal on it, and it is just a beautiful talisman of transformation. So bones, bones, bones. You can use them. You can use little bits of bones, like even this. You would even call that a witch's rattle to a certain extent. Any sacred object in a little jar or something, or at the end of a little bag of a stick, something like that, becomes a witch's rattle. So that little sound can deter spirits and or call in what you would like. Let's see. Use it for totems. I'm just kind of going what's in my witchy box. So I wanted to talk a little bit about bones because it's kind of like a weird subject. But I'm not afraid of bones, but I do clean them until they look like a really cool sculpture. And finally for today, I have like old, cotton, and I have a few things that have not been put in my box yet, believe it or not. I have, there's another bone. I have a lot of my own driftwood because I'm obsessed with driftwood. So this, and also wood in general, right? So all these pieces of driftwood I've collected over the years from many a seashore. I've got Point Reyes here. I have Big Sur. I obviously have, the Atlantic here in New York. There's a lot more at home, and some of them are a lot bigger. But I love driftwood. Driftwood to me it takes both water and earth energy together, and it just feels like a cleansing process has happened in which we soften our ego, we soften our relation to life. I often take a piece of driftwood and I'll like hang little things off of it, like crystals and what have you, and it's so much more than just a nice little mobile. You should have some beautiful attachment to driftwood, just like with bones and leaves and plants. You always ask for permission to take it from its source, as I have with all of these. And you can hang it like a protective near the front door, the back door, what have you. It's just a really nice way to feel as if you've washed your spirit clean, as these have been done by the sea. So I have so many pieces. I also have things like seashells, these oysters. Yes, we ate the oysters. That's from another ritual we had done. I have, this is actually a root from the Fennel Forest in Madeira. And that place is magical AF. It's literally a vortex. And, you know, I did have to ask the trees for permission for this. And it just feels like this, it's universe onto itself. So she's going to go back in my box as well. And a couple more things. There's so many things I'm going to put in this box, but I just wanted to show you a few here and there. I've got lots of, you know, seeds and other things I put together. Sometimes I make them into amulets. Sometimes I just need a little bit. Oh, here, like, for example, see, some weavings, my little seagrass weavings. And even little bunches of various seeds. Love the seeds. Love to weave things together. Even has a little bit of sand down there. This is a little seed I also found in Madeira that I want to use for linotype print, or just printed to pottery. It almost feels like a good luck symbol. I carry this in my pocket sometimes, much like a crystal. And this is a piece of volcanic rock, also from Madeira. Can you tell I'm trying to manifest going back to Madeira? Is that clear yet? And these are just a few things I have here in my witch box. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just basically from here going to give you a little scope of these things. And I'm going to clean out the box and I'm going to put it back together. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's clean this. Got to sage it, obviously, first. Grab a little sage. Get that going. Oh, yeah, really, really smoke it. Smoke that thing in. Try not to burn it to pieces. Woo! Okay. And I'm going to keep that sage to the side because I'm going to use it for each piece I put back in there. Sometimes I like to take a little, nice little piece of fabric to keep everything nice and safe and sound. And then I just begin replacing everything. I mean, my crystals are always charged, so that's easy to put right back in there. And I've got my moon water. We'll put them all in one by one. And there you have it. Those things nicely tucked in. Sometimes I even write a little note on the back of a piece of paper. I haven't done it yet. Every time I clean it out. And this is just one box of many. One of my boxes. Ta-da! See you guys later. Bye. I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial of my witch box. There'll be more to show. I just needed to clean it for the new moon anyway, so I thought I'd share it with you. So enjoy your evening. I'm Jennifer Juniper. I'm here for your call to adventure. Please follow me on all social media, subscribe, all the things. Please like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. And also you can visit me at majestichudson.com, where I can help you with all of your spells, witchcraft, Reiki intentions, all of the things that you want, in addition to the shop of crystals that we have. And we are even starting up our live sales again very soon. So please follow us, and we will be sure to take care of you and your magical journey. See you guys real soon. Bye.